For decades, the main goal of space exploration was to visit other celestial bodies to set foot on them and then return home again to Earth. But now the future of space exploration is moving beyond that. We are entering a new era in which government agencies and private companies are joining forces to establish a permanent presence on the Moon and Mars and beyond. The future of space exploration is being led by a mix of the familiar and the new. NASA's Artemis program, for instance, is leading the charge to return humans to the Moon. The agency aims to establish a sustainable human presence there by the late 2020s. Artemis 2 is scheduled to launch in 2025, sending astronauts on a flight around the Moon. And 2 years later, Artemis 3 will land astronauts on the lunar surface for the first time in 50 years. Meanwhile, private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are stepping up their own spaceflight programs, developing the next generation of reusable rockets and lunar landers. SpaceX is aiming to use its massive Starship rocket to eventually ferry humans to Mars, while NASA focuses on the Moon, establishing a permanent human presence there. Private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are setting their sights on even farther destinations like Mars. SpaceX has plans to use its Starship rocket to send the first crewed missions to the Red Planet in the 2030s. It's a tall order, but the company is aiming to build a self-sustaining colony there over the long term. How much will all this cost? Space exploration is still incredibly expensive. A single mission to the Moon under the Artemis program, for instance, is expected to cost several $billion. But private companies are working to drive down costs with the development of reusable launch systems. A single launch on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket currently costs approximately $67 million in 2025 dollars. But the company is aiming to drive down that price tag even further as Starship technology matures. Future colonies on the Moon and Mars won't look like the small bases we have today. They are envisioned as self-sustaining habitats that use resources extracted from the planets themselves for drinking, oxygen, and rocket fuel. On the Moon, colonies would likely be situated at the poles where water ice can be extracted for life support and fuel. These lunar outposts could also serve as refueling stations for long-duration missions to Mars and beyond. A Mars colony, on the other hand, would be a much larger undertaking. The process of extracting water from Martian soil and the challenges of living in a pressurized habitat miles from Earth are just some of the hurdles that must be overcome. The long-term goal is to make Mars a more livable environment, terraforming the planet's atmosphere so that future generations can breathe the thin Martian air and walk its rusty surface without a spacesuit. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Like and share this video if you think people should know about this. And don't forget to subscribe for updates on upcoming space videos. All the references used are added in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.